السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick video on this growing concept within the quickly degenerating Muslim West, is known as live and let live, or believe what you want to believe, there's no harm. And there's been some larger speakers who have been espousing this thought that, look, we live in America, we're allowed to be Muslim. Okay, we're allowed to be Muslim, so we need to allow others to be as they will. With that, we don't need to speak against it because we don't want to be spoken against. So here's the problem. This is 100% anti-Islamic. Islam has no room for compromise when it comes to moral values that have been expressed in the Quran and the authentic Sunnah. For example, the LGBT movement community is al-fahisha. It is the filth. Allah expresses the utmost of condemnation in the Quran, and we also have in the Sunnah how utterly repugnant that homosexual sex is, and that it is the worst of all fahisha. Okay, because you have a fahisha, which is like the filth and degeneracy, but homosexual sex and the orgies and all the other filth that comes with it is the worst of all filth. It's not the worst of all sins, but it is the worst of all filth. It is, Allah describes it as al-fahisha, the indefinite article. And so, to think that we have to go and do something about these people, with our physical ability, no, that's not what we're saying. But those who are espousing this live and let live mentality, these sheikhs that have, these great academic standings at these universities, is complete nonsense, and it's very anti-Islamic. And they're misleading people. They're going astray, and they're taking people astray. Because as Muslims, we are commanded by Allah. Our deen, the entire religion, is sincere advice. It's sincerity to our Creator, to the Messenger, to the believers, and then to the rest of mankind. Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy anil Munkar is the pinnacle of our duties as Muslims. Every single act of worship and interaction between people comes under Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy anil Munkar. And so, when we call people to stop committing shirk, to stop worshiping idols, this is Nahy anil Munkar. When we tell people to stop drinking alcohol, to stop committing murder, this is Nahy anil Munkar. When we tell people that they need to worship their Lord, the one who created them, the one that is only one, who's indivisible, he's infinite, has no beginning, has no end, does not exist in time or space, but is above all of his creation, above his throne, in a way that befits him. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. This is Allah, to worship Him. This is Amr bil Ma'ruf. However, these modern Muslims don't want us to do that. They say, well, you want to go to the masjid and pray to your Lord? Well, you need to leave these people alone. Just be happy, sing kumbaya, be grateful that you get to live in a place where you can believe what you want to believe. Well, this is the opposite of the example we have of the Anbiya, the prophets, and this is the opposite of the example we have of the Sahaba. It is better for you to live in a place where you're not allowed to partake in what you believe and to be persecuted for it, but you're able to go and you go do Amr bil Ma'ruf Nahy Anil Munkar even if you're persecuted for it, than to live somewhere like this where you think you have all these freedoms, where you think you're so at liberty to do whatever, and you get to go to the mosque, and it's just so amazing, because on the day of judgment you will find that for your inaction you will be called to account, and there may be severe, extremely severe consequences for this. And so we ask Allah to protect us from being such rugs, from being such doormats to the kuffar and to the munafiqeen, and to every fajr and fasiq that walks and roams the earth. And so I just wanted to say that this is a reminder for myself and you that we have no concept of live and let live. Doesn't mean that you go to your neighbor who's a homosexual and you beat him up. No, but to make them feel that you're okay with their beliefs is not right. Whether you outright are saying to him like, look, what you're doing is wrong, the fact that you're a homosexual, this is wrong, so on and so forth. We need to be giving them da'wah to Islam to make them believe that there is only one creator of the heavens and the earth. This is the first step, and then we'll get to that. But if it comes up, if someone brings it up and is like, oh, homosexual, will you come speak at this panel where all these gay people are sitting, and all these feminists are sitting, you don't sit in that panel. Unless you're going to sit there and go to that panel and say, look, I invite you all to Islam, I call you that what you're doing is evil, and I ask you to leave the filth and the degeneracy that you're taking a part of, because it's destroying societies, it's destroying families and our communities, and even nations will fall if this kind of mentality, mindset, this movement, these kind of movements continue, then they will actually destroy nations. And so this is something that we have to be vigilant against, and we have to warn other people in the Muslim community that it's not okay for our so-called leaders to be taking part in these kind of gatherings and these sittings unless they are going to be outright condemning them. But instead what we find is that they are lock, stock, and barrel giving credence, they are giving validity to the people who are meeting and coming together on these disgusting ideologies, but saying that they're coming together for good against injustice. But it's an injustice to let great sin go unopposed. It's an injustice that we're not doing enough to stop shirk, that we're not calling people better to Islam. We're just saying, look how peaceful Islam is, but you're not showing them how just Islam is. Because look, you might give them peace now, but you're not doing anything for the people, because in the end of the day, on the day of judgment, they're going to be in the hellfire forever, and then you're going to have to price the pain. So I ask you to fear Allah, and I ask myself to fear Allah, and to protect those who have not fallen from their positions yet into a state of ghafla, a state of heedlessness, and leaving strong positions they once had, following the sunnah, into following the ways of the shaitan, the shayateen. Ameen. I ask Allah to reunite us with the best of the companions, and in particular the Anbiya, and may we meet each other at the Hawd of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. آمين. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.